Hi, welcome to DIY with Jeannie. If this is your first time, welcome. We do a lot of sewing, crafting in different ways, paper crafts, all kinds of things, macrame. And right now we're doing a lot of sewing. I ordered a couple of monthly Annie's kits, Annie's sewing kits, and this is the second one that came in. I got the quilt block of the month that you saw me do, hopefully, previously, and that was where we're making this particular quilt top. It'll take us supposedly 12 months, but we made this block so far. Kind of excited. Didn't do a great job. It's okay. I'm working on it. That's what this is all about, is working on our skills, working on our, just really, let's just have fun. You know, if it's perfect, great, and if it's not, that's okay, because it's ours. So this is the second one, and it is a monthly craft that is supposed to go with the month that we're on. So that's everything. Put it off to the side. Ooh, I love this fabric. Okay, so it is called, this is the Boo Crew wall hanging. And this particular kit is the Holiday Quilters Club. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Because there's already some really cute fabric in here that I can see. Alright, let's pull it out and see what we have. Oh, look at that. Boo Crew wall hanging. Look how adorable. Okay, so I'm going to have some hand stitching on here. It's okay. I can live with that. Got our pattern. Let's look at the fabric. I don't think we're going, well, we might go ahead and start cutting today. So there's our buttons, which are for eyes on the bat, the center of the eye on the cat, so little buttons, the little white ones for the bat, the little black ones for his eyes, and this big white one is his little nose. That's exciting. The brown fabric is the stem of the pumpkin, or the jack-o'-lantern. We have our bee and our border. I like that little scary eyes. That's fun. We have our white background, and look how cute this is. Oh, I love this. And then our pumpkin is out of the orange. And I guess our back is out of the orange as well. That's beautiful. And then we have our black for our cat, our bat, and our little jack-o'-lantern face. So, let us see. I want to copy this so that I don't ruin my pattern. So what I usually do is I have, what is it called? It's pattern, it's so you can copy the pattern and you don't have to actually cut patterns up. And I ordered it because I also am working on sewing clothes, but I don't really want to cut all the patterns in one size. I want to still be able to have all the sizes. So this is what we have. Let me get something that we can write on. I think I have parchment, so I'll be right back. I do have parchment paper, so let me show you the easiest way to do the pattern. Get all of that out of the way. Lay it down. And see how you can still see through it. So let's take a marker. I think that'll be easier for all of us. We'll make a mark where the wing goes on. And then go around. Yes, April. Some little eyes. So there is one. It says cut as per the instructions. Well, there's only one on the instructions, so now we're going to do our bat wing. And I just scoot it so that I use less parchment paper. wing. We're going to need 2. I'm going to put wing on there. There's our bee. Now, the one thing that we did not get was stabilizer. Now, I will probably see if I have some stabilizer, because I like, especially for a wall hanging, to have a little more body to it. That way, it doesn't start to kind of sag. It's kind of like, that's why you put batting inside of a blanket, so it can hold its shape. There's our bee. You know what? We'll put that right in the middle because that's the cat eye that we're doing in white. And we'll put one of our little triangles in here. Because why waste parchment? Why waste anything when you can make it all work? Stem. Why is it making a circle if it doesn't want a circle? So it really wants it not to be circular, but to have that little dip, so not real sure why it gave us the round part at the top. And then our little jack-o'-lantern mouth. Oops. Let's try that again. Now, another trick, you can do this on wax paper and then you can iron it straight to your fabric. Did not get, I got the cat eye, but I did not get his ear, which I'm guessing I'm going to need 2 of, but I'm not guessing. Let's see how these are 2 knots on the wing. Okay. There is all of our pieces. So let's cut them out. Still have quite a bit of parchment paper left, and I know I'm making it crazy because you can hear it every time I move it. Apologize for that. Let's cut it down so we can get rid of this big part. It can go back in its box. Let's see. Where's our picture? Let's see what we're supposed to cut out. So, black. Black gets the bat, 2 wings, and the mouth. So, and we're going to just put it in. hang on just a second. Let me go get some pins. Things I never use. Okay, now I know why it's round. Because it's the same circle for the cat that it is for the pumpkin. And now I'm really glad that I did it on parchment. Because I would have ended up cutting the pumpkin first and then totally messing that up. Now, what I've done is I've already started. I need 2 wings, so I'll have to do another one of these. I'm going to need the mouth also in white for the cat, but I needed it in black for the pumpkin. So we know we're going to need it again. Got my pins, and as much as I hate using pins, they're vital. So here is my bat, and here is his wing. I'll make another wing. We'll do the cat's head. And we'll do 2 ears, 2 of the eyes for the pumpkin, and 1 nose. So we'll start with our singles. There we go. And I just go ahead and put my pin through my parchment and through my fabric. I just want to hold it together while I cut it. Now I would be using my good scissors, but you never cut paper with your good scissors. So I could either A, cut the pattern out first and then cut, or just do it this way. Now, the really nice part is, in a minute, I'll be able to use my good scissors on the orange to get the circle because it's cut. I'll just cut that little piece off first. But this way I keep my pattern and I can keep all that together in case I want to do it again, which it's possible. I do it again for my kids or something, or just put it in my folder for later. I really don't like cutting patterns, the actual pattern material, because one, it really is hard to fold it back up once it's cut. It's hard enough when it's not cut, but after you've traced it. But if you've cut it, whew, girl, putting that back in that folder is a nightmare. And then again, you have it where you can only use it for that particular size. And I don't know anybody who stays the same size for any length of time. I mean, I go up and down. I have some things that fit in one size, don't fit in another size. You know, and I'm older, and so the size is just a number, and I no longer care about that number. But I do not like to be uncomfortable. So let's do one more wing. I did it that way. I want to do it the other way. So remember, it's 2 wings. I want them both to be the same, and it's not the same top to bottom. So we're going to flip it upside down. If I'd done it on material that I had folded in half, it would have been the same. I would have had 2, but I didn't. So let's just do this one real quick. So I will be back after I do the wing and the ears and the rest of my pieces. So as soon as I get my pieces cut out, I'll be back. Now that you see how we do it. Okay, so I've got my pieces cut out. And now what I want to do is cut out my interfacing. All right, now we have our pieces cut out. We've got our bat and our boo. Now, I will give you a hint. When you're cutting out letters, make sure you've got your pattern piece right side down, because that's the second B, because I cut the first one backwards, which is bad. But I might be able to salvage some of that later, so I'm not going to completely throw it out. So now what we want to do is get our interfacing taken care of. And the way I'm going to do the interfacing is I'm going to trace it onto our interfacing fabric. And I've got this very thin web interfacing, and that's what goes underneath our pieces. And what it does is it glues it down. So what I want to do is I am going to trace it onto my interfacing so that then I can just go cut this out and then glue, or not glue, iron the two together. So let's take our Sharpie and I'll show you how I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to magically get them all drawn and cut and come back and show you where we are. So we just draw around, and then I'll go back and see how easy it is to see through this. I'm actually drawing on the bee at this point, and that's fine. So I want to make sure I get all of that, because I really want it as close to the edge of my bee as possible without really going over, because I don't really want it to go over, because I don't want it to get stuck to my iron. This is like glue web, if you will, and it will gum up your iron if you're not careful, because we just iron it directly onto the fabric, and that way it will stick our top piece of fabric to our bottom piece. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me move this aside and I'm going to show you the picture. So we have the white fabric that we had used is also underneath, and we saw it at the beginning, but it's also here underneath. And what we need to do is put that on, and then I will stitch around each one, and I'll show you that step. But we're going to put our frame on it first, so that when we get everybody stuck down, it looks fine. So that is what we look like when we're finished. But now I'm going to go through, get all of these pieces cut. Now the good thing about this particular bee, it doesn't matter if it's backwards or forwards, because I'm ironing both sides. One side is being ironed to the bottom fabric, the underneath piece, and the other piece is being ironed onto the back of the bee. So now I'm just going to go through, cut this out, get the rest of the pieces drawn and cut out, and I will be right back to show you our next step. Okay, so I have all of it down. You see, I've got, the only one I did not do is that one, and yeah, that's a story. I totally messed that one up, but that's okay, because it is down here, and I'm just, now I'm going to go and zigzag stitch around each of the pieces. I'm going to use buttons for the eyes. I'm probably going to use buttons for the eyes here. And then after I get through stitching this, we will put our fleece lining, and we've used it before, on the back, put the back on, sew around, leave an opening, but I'll go through that in a minute. So let's go get this zigzag stitched around all of it, and then we'll get the fleece on and put the back on, and I will be back in just a moment. So I am not going to get this finished before Halloween. I tried. I need to finish zigzag around all of the raw edges. Then I need to put in the, yes dear, I need to put in the fusible felt, which is just a thicker batting, and then this is the back of it. So, but I did want you to see it before before Halloween, because this was my Halloween craft. So it'll be ready next Halloween, but I will show it to you when I do finish it. But like I say, I'm putting the zigzag around, and you can see the zigzag that I have already started on the bee. And then I couldn't get my computerized sewing machine decided that it's not a big fan of black thread, and so this was 3 different spools of black thread that I was trying, and it kept breaking, and I just gave up. So, but I will get it finished. I'll probably order a another brand that Madeira works a lot better, and I will get this finished, and I will show you before next Halloween. So I will get this done, and I do apologize. But this is, yes dear, she loves it, our Halloween wall hanging for next year. And I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, it's from Annie's Attic, and they do their monthly holiday craft. This was October's, and I did finally finish it. So at least you got to see what it should look like. And I appreciate your time, and hopefully you enjoyed this. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, please ask them down in the comments. We will be starting the next craft soon, because I've already gotten it in, and our next quilt block is in. But I haven't opened them yet, because I'll open them with you. And that's killing me, because I can't stand to have a package sitting around that I have not opened yet. And I am also, the reason it's taking so long is I am trying to get you moved to my craft room as soon as I can get it in a situation where it is palatable for you to be. So hopefully I will be there soon, but until then we'll keep doing this, and then you'll get to watch actually sewing. So hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming and spending your time with me. I know you have a lot of options, and yeah, hope you have a good Halloween.